Me, I just want you to be careful when you finish work. I've just come back to the car park. Just here you can see there. And a taxi driver just pulled up in that corner down there. And he waved me over, so I thought he wanted directions or something. So I went to see what he wanted. He had a funny accent. I think he was Eastern European or something. Cheeky bastard. He went and offered me a bottle of wine to give him a blowjob. Honest to God, I was mortified. Just down there he parked, just in that last space in the car park there, just in the corner there. Honest to God, so just be on your guard, girl.
She's pointing with a bottle of wine.
For the audio listeners involved.
Ooh. Hey, what would you do for a bottle of wine?
Same. Same. I mean, maybe not a bottle of wine. You know me. Depends on the key that time.
Not a bottle of wine. Do you know how cheap you can get wine? You can get a cheap wine.
I'm hoping that wasn't like a $2 check. That's got to be like a $40 bottle, baby.
Show me the sticker. Show me the sticker.
Can I drink the bottle of wine first, or a bottle of tequila?
You may want to. But tequila. Okay, now tequila's a different thing, right? Are we talking about wine? Or are we talking about tequila? They're different. Then entirely, you should to Curly. Come on, man.
Are you offering? What's going on? Let's do this.
All right. Welcome to dkgWELP. This is the Drunk Kids Gaming Podcast. I'm Concass. That's Curly, and we are joined this week by our good friend, the one, the great Bryce Castillo.
Hey, thank you for having me back. I love being on DK. It's been way too long.
It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute. I've had one of those moments where, like, I saw you and I was like, I don't know anything about your life right now or what's going on. We just need to catch up.
So long. Yeah, I know. I keep thinking that. It was like even doing the Trouble in Terrorist Town, I haven't been able to join in a while, but I always see the little alert when everybody pops the thing. So I'm like, I really should get back to it. But I'm glad to be back on the show. I love the show. This is one of my favorite shows to be on.
Hey, welcome. I'm glad. Kaz is sick, so we're going to ignore him for the next hour, and it's great. In case you're wondering why he sounds the way he does, he pumped so much iron that now he has a bunch of phlegm in his throat. Man's getting swole over there.
Not how it works.
I don't know. I really don't.
I'm trying to figure it out.
You have muscles in your throat, Kaz, and I think you should know. I think, part of becoming a bodybuilder is knowing what the different muscles are.
You put on one of those things with the chains that go on around your neck. You fucking attach a weight to it, and you just
carry like. That sounds more like a dungeon that you went to, not a gym. Was there a mistress there at some point?
Bro, you can't get big and then have a tiny neck. You look like a fucking turtle. Like
one of these days, I'm trying to figure out what workout will actually help me grow a neck because I don't have one yet, and I'd like to one day have one.
Ooh,
be great.
I don't think there is one for that. I'll figure it out. I'll let you know. I'll consult the bros.
I need to find. I've walked through the gym and I try to look at all those fucking cryptic signs and try to figure out which one just shows me my neck growing extensively.
Yeah, you just do this. You just like cock your head for 40 reps.
So this is a thing I've discussed with Curly that I want to do at some point. But I want to ask you this, Bryce. How well versed are you with a gym and gym equipment?
So not a little bit actually, just like a little bit. So my apartment has a gym that I've used a few times. Get on a treadmill, you do a rowing machine, and then I just got the Ring Fit Adventure on the Switch thing, the big yoga the yoga ring. But I do know a little bit about. I know a little bit about the gym. I know a little bit.
Before Curly goes off a deep end about the Ring Fit Adventure, so I have.
No, I'm not doing this. Don't judge me. No, I'm not judging you. I'm mad about myself here. I'm gonna get it. I need to wait for paycheck because it's fucking every time I think I'm gonna watch some funny ass video. Besides, we did watch the announcement video last. Was that the last episode? But we watched.
For some reason, we just decided to go in on the fucking video because that dude looks like a fucking murderer.
Weird video.
It was bad. I kept thinking, I was like, I'm not gonna bring this on my whelp because there's like a 75-minute video here, and it's sporadically good at certain points. But then I got drunk, and then someone brought it up, and I was like, well, fucking, we're watching it now, and we did. That being said, even after all of that, I'm like, every time I watch something else about this, or I watch another fucking streamer playing with it, or I watch a YouTube video about it, I'm like, that looks fucking fun. That looks fucking fun.
It's good. It really is. There's a weird there's a weird progression sort of how I feel about it, because it has this video gamey element to it. So it's like, oh, you're playing the game, so you're focused on the game, and then at some point you're like, oh, actually, the game does matter a bit. The game's rather easy, and I think it's that way so that you can choose more about how you want. Like there are like elemental weaknesses, basically, right? The blue guys are weak against blue stuff, red guys are weak against red stuff. But you could, if you want, like if you had a leg day and you were going into like an arm stage, whatever, it's not that big of a deal. It does make it a little more challenging just because you spend longer doing stuff, just because the number is weird, but you're still doing the exercise. It's the sort of thing where you're like, okay, this is not the best way to do it, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be good for me to spend that time exercising anyway.
Yeah, I watched a couple friends that I know that live in a small apartment that were playing it, and they were like, yeah, we actually did do, I think they did like a chest day or whatever. Like they actually had worked out heavily, and we're like, okay, so we're not gonna do any of those are, except for the ab one where you have to do the shield thing. They're like, it hurts. Like,
the ab guard. Oh yeah, because you can't get around that.
Yeah.
And then there's some parts where like part of the mission, or like part of the road that you're on will have like these little squat machines, so you have to squat and hold it until the little spring goes down, and it flings you. But it's kind of a game, so it'll like some of them take a really, really long time. Anyway, Kez, you were asking about the gym.
Oh no. This is way better content. Because I also love BK in chat says it's fun and it works until you're trying to be quiet and kick the headphone cable out of the AB switch, breaking it. I'm getting and then this is the topper for me because I hate this shit. I'm getting Raycons now. Fuck Raycons. Only because it's fucking Ray J, and fuck a Ray J.
Is Ray J connected to Raycons?
Yeah. It's his company. It's named after him. It is named after him. They're called Raycons because the company is owned by Ray J. And if you don't know who Ray J is, he's Brandy's brother. And if you don't know who Brandy is Moesha.
Ray J! What the fuck? I thought this was so. Raycon is a sponsor for The Modern Rogue, which is a show that I work on, and I did not. I just thought this was like, okay, this is like a company with like with connections in China, so they make them nice and cheap, and they got these. That's fucking Ray J. I'm looking at a photo of Ray J right now.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Fucking Brandy's brother. Fucking Moesha fucking owns Raycon's brother. Fucking today I learned.
Holy crap.
I don't want to make it a bit, but what the fuck's a Raycon?
So they're
and what the fuck's a Ray J?
They're wireless earbuds. They're like the AirPods.
Pull them up.
Yeah.
Ray and then spelt the same way J, and then
Con. Raycon. Just Raycon.
Raycon. So they're basic.
They're buds.
Bluetooth. They're wireless buds. Yeah.
Okay.
But they're also like very cheap. They're relatively cheap.
Okay.
Put that shit on screen for chat for those who are not.
Well, I mean, there's nothing to see but buds. What do you
No, I need you to go to a fucking Raycon website. There's one out there.
So if you go to the website,
Raycon Global.
It's
coming.
There's an about page with Ray J's face
hit
right
that
on it here.
About page. There it is. Fucking Ray J. What the fuck? Where did he get the startup money? All right, I'm not.
Well, he's Ray J, so
he didn't. Okay, well,
Are these like beats?
He's probably got some money saved up somewhere.
He borrowed it from his sister.
Wires are so yesterday.
What's that? This is the.
There's
never
a
used the
hold on. Let me
Raycons.
see if I
hear
can
that they're
find this
very good.
commercial.
And,
Let me see if I can find this fucking commercial.
And I'm told if you
Hold
use
on.
a certain.
Hold on. If you need
yeah.
IPX level fucking sweat resistance, you're sweating too much on your earbuds.
Is IPX a high grade?
I think IPX just stands for any of the IP, like so probably IP67.
Oh Jesus! I didn't like their first album. I probably like the first. I like the second album. I like the one with blue on it.
I like their colors. I mean,
yeah.
All right.
Anyway, Raycon.com.
I can't.
Not
I
a
can't
sponsor.
find it, but
Not a
there's this,
sponsor for our channel, but a
there's
sponsor
this
for others.
dumbass commercial. You know what? Hey, they're great earbuds, and they sponsored Modern Rogue, and you can go over to Modern Rogue and get you a discount code to get you these great headphones. Back to my fucking shitting on Ray J. There's this dumbass commercial where this motherfucker walks out and he's like,
no.
Hey.
Hold on. Before you go in, Bryce might have to walk out of this room for fucking contractual obligation.
It's fine, not my show.
Motherfucker walks into a fucking room and he's just like, hey, I thought wireless earbuds were way too expensive, so I started Raycon to help you guys have the cheapest wireless earbuds with the best quality. I'm like, get the fuck out of my fucking face, you fucking schmuck. How dare you? How fucking dare you walk into my commercial like this?
He's trying to help the little man, dude. What are you talking about?
No, he's not. If there is a list of people, all right, there is a list of people that I keep that I do not fucking trust. One of them's Ray J, the other one's Chris Brown, all right? If I ever find out the company that I am buying something from uses one of them as a spokesperson, automatically garbage.
This is,
but they're great headphones from Modern Rogue to get you a discount on those headphones.
Chris Brown hot takes. You're not going to make any friends alienating Chris Brown fans here.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. I've given up on that boat on those 12-year-old girls who fucking don't understand.
Stop. Allegedly.
I'm just gonna remind everyone that Kaz's story was that he saw a commercial and Ray J appeared on it, and that's why he doesn't like it.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. That's how Kaz feels about things.
Sure.
That's
pretty much.
Well,
Pretty much. You lose me at your spokesperson is how you win or lose me.
I had
if T Sway walked out and was like, "Hey guys,
why would it be Taylor Swift?"
I don't know. Fucking
why not? It's his Kaz's go-to favorite person.
Do we have to get like a shitty fucking 90s R&B artist? So
if it was one of the Boys to Men.
Maxwell, no, fuck Boys to Men. Maxwell. If Maxwell walked out and was like, "Hey, I got these MaxCons for you. I started an earbud company because Apple was garbage," I'd be like, "Yo, I might need to get me a pair of those."
That is not the one questionable Boys to Men bad actor I think we've heard. Can I swerve? Can I swerve
on us,
please, Jesus.
Way left of my fucking gym thing, but yeah,
you're going hard. No, but I had a what I like to call the segment of Curly Run-ins at Vaughn's this week, where I was at Vaughn's as I do, and I was looking for vodka as I do, and meat, pretty much all you need in a lifestyle of Curly, and I had a moment that I could not let not get talked about on Whelp at some point. So I'm in the alcohol aisle. If you've been to Vaughn's, it's like 2 or 3 aisles, and there's some wine on one side. No one goes there. It's destitute. Everything else is great. I'm in there, and I'm just like looking at some Vaughn's I've not been to. So I'm like, okay, where the fuck do they keep the cheap plastic? It's on the bottom down. Okay. There, in my periph, a dad and his two sons. I want to say one's like 4, walking age, but like not really like interacting with shit, kind of like someone's holding his hand. And then the other kid who's wandering around doing shit, and he's like 6 maybe. The dad, I overhear the dad in my purview on the right side, and the dad says, "Hey, just 1 second, guys, we're gonna get some beer." And he's like looking at all the craft beers that Vaughn's has, which is not really craft stuff, but they got some good shit. San Diego, local stuff gets sourced there. And the older brother, the 6 or 7-year-old kid, says, "No, Daddy, no. I don't want you to. Don't get the beer." And the dad says, "No, it's no big deal. I'm gonna get one of the beers." And the dad hugs his leg, or the kid hugs his leg, and grabs onto him and says, "No, Daddy, you don't need it. You don't need the beer. You can get by without it." And I'm just losing my fucking mind at this point. And I'm like, what is this fucking family unit like? How is this so holy shit? And then yeah, the dad walks away and says, "Okay, we won't get the beer, son." And I was like, wholesome moment? This has happened? And I was like, that kid just talked his dad down. I'd have been like, bitch. Sorry.
Wow. Wow.
Like,
Wow. Now here's the thing. Kids, look.
Can I describe
maybe
this
that
man?
happened.
Hold on. He was wearing a suit and he was very well spoken, and he was talking to his kids like, "Oh, what is your problem, son?" Like, it didn't sound like he was a shitty fucking dude, but who knows? Who knows once the beast gets in him?
Look, man.
Oh, brother.
Kids, were you ever like that though? Of just like, oh, like not that the dad's an alcoholic. He just knows that he can't have alcohol because he's a kid, and so he thinks it's bad, or he just like, I don't know. I was like that with weird stuff, like if there was anything like sexual on TV or something, I'd be like, I can't.
Here's the thing. That was a landmine set by a mother, okay? That was a fucking that kid is going to have therapy about how his mother fucking splinter celled his brain, that when he's shopping with his father and his father is buying things that she does not agree with, that he is like, "Oh, this is my moment. I am awake." Complete my mission.
I don't usually agree with Kaz, but I'm pretty confident this is the sleeper cell fucking moment. This is real.
Oh.
This was like, okay, you hear when you hear these words, son, and if I'm not there, you need to activate and go into this mode. Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
It
you
feels
were there.
real.
Like, this is the thing. Like, look. That it's a sticky situation. It's definitely a sticky situation.
I hope everything works out. They're gonna be great. They're gonna be good.
Got those splinter cells out here chatting, just letting you know they out there. They out there waiting.
Kids gotta do the work. Yeah, that was my run-ins moment. I don't know. The only other thing I wanted to bring up was I've seen this over the years. And I don't know if it's a thing that you guys have seen, but like I peruse Reddit a lot for work as well as for this show because it works out really well for it. But I have seen a resurgence of people doing this thing where they now, as adult gamers and internet users, because we're all at this point we're all possibly able to have kids and whatnot, or have had kids. I've seen the article so many times, but with different parents and different kids, where their younger child is now getting into video games, and they show them Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2 and the whole like process of like Portal and whatnot, and they take a picture of their kid or a video of their kid after they finish Half-Life 2, and then they ask when's the next game because they're excited. And then they tell their kid that I've been waiting for Half-Life 3 since longer than you've been alive. And it's just like a shitty thing that I keep seeing resurface. And I don't know if it's like some collective unconscious that fucking we're all assholes. Like, but the kids are like, "Oh, that sucks." You're like, "Yeah, tell me about it. Now you know my pain."
Oh God! Welcome to the trauma. Fuck.
It just keeps recurring. Like I've had some of these stories that I don't think I've ever brought up in this show because there's not really anything to show except for what I just said. But like, I just saw one more
there goes
article.
Wacket.
I want to do that when my daughter gets home. Damn it, Wack! No, you're part of the problem. You got to work on Half-Life.
Do you think?
Yes.
Do you think Half-Life still works for kids?
Yeah. Only through through my experiences here, where we have at this point, I'm turning 34 in a week. Hey,
Hey.
we've got some younger gamers that I hang out with that not younger gamers, God, they're like 10 years younger than I am, and they have the at a different time period in their lives the same experiences and love of the Half-Life series. I think it still holds up pretty well, and I think some younger people are playing them, younger generations of kids. It's a great first-person narrative experience. I mean, shit, Sam and Sheep and I, like, occasionally we'll go back and play that shit again with mods that allow you to do it multiplayer and all that stuff, because it's really fun. It's very fun.
I'm really surprised that there aren't more games that tried to do the Half-Life thing, that tried to be in that space.
Yeah.
You know, but with mixing both like a first-person sort of narrative adventure game with also the action shooting genre. It's and there are a few cases where I'm obviously have a blind spot probably, but it does seem like those two ideas kind of
I feel like
polarized.
Call of Duty was that, but then they settled on being the big kind of console like FPS. Like they still like the most recent Call of Duty tried to hit a big narrative thing, but nobody cared because all they were like was, well, how's the multiplayer? Like how's the competitive aspect of it? Whereas like all their marketing up until the release was like, oh man, we're doing a hard-hitting story, you know, ripped from today's headlines, and that's what all the journalists wrote about. But by the time it got into the hands of the gamers, they were just like, and multiplayer, like I can give a fuck less about your story.
Well, and in the other, like, I just played on the Apple Arcade the Bradwell Conspiracy, which is the other side of the coin, right? It's a first-person narrative adventure game where you are going through a secret underground research facility, and like playing that again just made me go like, holy, this was some of the best shit. Like I am so surprised that there were not more attempts to do this exact aesthetic or motif outside of Half-Life and Portal.
Well, so for what it's worth, what I understand to be what Half-Life was and why it was groundbreaking at the time and is now considered one of the best games. That up until that point in time, there wasn't any or not any popular ones that did a first-person narrative where the story happened around you while you were still able to play. It was always you shoot, you do first-person shit,
cutscene,
and then cutscene,
stop and cutscene,
and then Half-Life had the cutscenes happening in game, in engine, around you, and you could look away. You could stare at a rock and miss the fucking G-Man doing potato shit and fucking juggling or whatever. Like it didn't, and it was like, oh, that's impossible. No one could. That's it's wrong. But then everyone kind of took to that and was like, no, the freedom of it, the actual experience of it, the oh my god, I saw this, like that was great. And I think what it did, and I don't know. I mean, I think every game since then is basically a Half-Life fucking storytelling mechanic. Like it changed the way that you tell stories in first-person shooters. Not for every game, everyone's different, but I don't know. I think it still holds up. When I did Half-Life 2 2 years ago on the stream, because I was like, it's been a long time since I played. Let's play it, and I did a stream of it, and I was like, holy shit, I forgot how good this was. This is just a great experience. Too bad it's 15 years old, but it's a great experience, like. And then also they leaned in heavily on making the source engine the focal point of everything. Like, hey, do a seesaw puzzle 17 times. But yeah, I love that shit, and it's good. And I don't know. Now all we have is Amnesia style games. I've been playing too many fucking scary games because of the fucking Halloween shit. It's really fucked me up. I'm in a hatred mode of video games.
But it's interesting that's kind of what first person narrative meets action has become, right? Has been horror games. Something is gonna chase you for a while, and then you're gonna stop and you're gonna read a lot of letters, and repeat. I mean, even Soma, which is like has a great narrative, it's still kind of that. It is still kind of that thing, you know. It's not. There's not like a twitchy sort of shooting element to it.
Do you fight anything in
and
Soma?
I don't think so. I think
Yeah, no, it's the Amnesia style, which Amnesia was one of those groundbreaking games where they changed the way that you could do first-person games. Where what you don't have a gun, you don't have a way to defend yourself, you just run and hide from the thing. But somehow it worked, and it spawned a million other clones of its style of gameplay that have done it better since then.
Yeah, this is maybe a little unfair and certainly colored by the story and the people I'm about to tell. But like, I know when Half-Life came out, my uncle had a computer like that could play it, and so he's like he works in some of this kind of stuff, research and development. I won't say any more words, but you can probably imagine some of the other words that are in there. But so I always like have this weird connection of like it almost like this manly sort of connection of like it's telling a story, but also it's got a shooty element to it. And I don't know if that's just like the development class of people who are making games now, if that's maybe just tastes of change, but I feel like I have that weird connection with Half-Life and the Half-Life series in that way that I don't see bridging that divide in the same way in these other games. Am I like is that crazy? Is that too much?
Well, I mean, Half-Life was coming out of like Doom and GoldenEye and Quake, and you're always the super masculine hero dude with big muscles and shoot and all of everything.
But being Gordon Freeman, being just like a normal guy with a gun, made it feel very realistic, or very like I can understand that. I can tell who that person is.
Yeah. Well, they also integrated a lot more. There was so much downtime where you weren't shooty. It was shooty and then puzzle boxes and manipulating physics and stuff to do crap, and then you get a game like Portal or whatever. Like I like that. You fast forward and like you get like Amnesia doing the whole like first person narrative, but you have to hide, don't use guns, but you're still a male character that is trying to fight his way out of a thing or whatever. Like one of my favorite and I guess are we all just calling them Amnesia clones? But the Amnesia style, like running and hiding simulators, like Among the Sleep is a great one because it's a narrative story told from the you're playing a first person 2-year-old, and you run away from things that you interpret as a 2-year-old's brain, which you don't know if you're seeing horror or if you're seeing what a 2-year-old sees when they see a lightning bolt in the window or something happens, and it's so one of the best narratives ever, and it's like a 4-hour experience. It's fantastic. I love it.
Oh wow!
I try to play it every Halloween. We didn't play it this year, but Halloween was crazy this year because stuff and things. What? No. Oh, we have to do news. It's time. Unless Kaz has something else to say.
No,
yeah, he was trying. I knew he was leaning up to it. Do news.
dkgWELP. Let's fill that knowledge hole with Kaz and Carly's news.
Ooh, this is the news segment of dkgWELP, where if you would like to participate, you can join our Discord with the link down below. Go on over there. You'll find a channel called dkgWELP, and you can post news stories for us to possibly talk about on the show, like this one. Science has gone too far.
Oh, finally, it's happened.
I'm going to start this. Yeah.
We're done here.
Scientists at the University of Richmond have taught rats to drive tiny cars. And
it's over now.
It's just it's gone
it's
too far.
So good. This was the heart. I saw this pop up on Twitter over the week, and I was like, this is what I needed. I needed to see a little rat get into a soup can and have the soup can drive away. My heart needed this. That was chicken soup for my soul.
So this is like Stuart Little, the movie, is now a thing, or they were doing. Rats are going to be robbing banks soon in tiny minis. $1 bill at a time.
Remaking the fucking fuck. What's that movie called?
The Givers, the Givenings. What is it called? The borrowers.
The
The opposite.
Jesus.
Oh, I messed that up so bad I killed Kaz's internet.
But apparently the rats like this. This is the other thing I saw out of this.
Oh,
The
sure.
rats love doing it. It's
This-
What'd you check? Did they like the comments on the
Dog
fucking?
tells you.
No,
Having
but
the sweater on.
imagine though.
How do you know what rats like?
Well,
Imagine.
we actually we probe them, right? We know where the pleasure centers are. They know when they have serotonin.
Maybe they like when you don't put the probe in their brain. Who knows? Like, oh Lord,
Man, this is great. I want them. Okay, the next thing you said it earlier. The next thing is motorcycles.
Okay,
Let's
hold on.
really do Stuart Little. Disney can get this. Disney. Here's a free idea. Reboot Stuart Little, but with a real live action, not just the photorealistic CG. Get a rat. Get him on a motorcycle. Vroom vroom into the hotel.
I'm coming full 180 on this. I was a little concerned about the cats and cars, but I would fucking murder someone to see a goddamn rat on a motorcycle having a good old time, popping a fucking little rat wheelie. Just fucking let's go. Oh Lord, why? Hold on, what are we doing this for? What do we need this for? Do we need them? Are they delivering Amazon packages? Is that what it is? It's a new Prime deal. Get your package from a rat. He just got a little rope tow on it with a skateboard behind him, and he's just taking your package to your house. Oh Lord,
But
this
yeah,
is great. I love this though.
it's just rats in a car in a little home. Okay, the other thing is, why is this just some like slapped together as RC fucking with a fucking jar on it RC car? Like, could they not go to Walmart and buy a better version of this?
they
But
have
think about it, right? Because they have to those wires in front. That's how the rat controls it. You gotta. So we're looking at just like a plastic jar with a bunch of cutouts for it and some wires on it. But you can't put a rat in a Tonka truck.
Yeah, no, contrary to popular belief, you could, and I've done.
Well,
okay.
so you know. But
What?
Yeah.
The amount of money they spent on screen printing University of Richmond across both the lid and the side of this pickle jar that they cut a hole in, they probably could have bought. I don't know. Again, as you said, a Tonka truck or a Lego vehicle that literally is rat-sized already. It's already existing in the universe. It's out there. You could just put them in it.
But it's clear. This one is clear, so they can see inside of it, so he can see through it. They're probably more used to it. I don't know. Look,
Yeah,
man,
right.
it's
mean-
academia.
That jar's probably got pickle stank already on it still. It's got whatever pretzel bites were inside there before they used it, repurposed it.
Man, but apparently the other part of the story is that the rats learned that because you can't just teach it. Like it actually, they figured out like oh, the food's over here now, so I'll do these new driving techniques. That's astounding, right? It shows how smart they are.
This rat did a 3-point turn better than most people, I say. So
I hate that I immediately was like, we can just gamble on this now. Let's just do gambling. Like,
Yeah, okay.
rat fucking rat car, rat NASCAR,
yeah.
Rat car.
NASCAR. Here we go, baby.
Oh, it's
Because
fucking
they
Rat
love
Mario
it.
Kart.
They're not even getting tired. They love it.
Yeah, no.
They love it, Curly.
Give them little tiny green shells to throw at each other and banana peels. It'll be hilarious.
You're crazy. Just keep it straight. Rat F1 fucking F1.
the
R1. It'd be R1, I think.
R1.
The Rindy 500.
It's great.
You get
I love it.
little rats out there on the pit crew changing tires, brother. Let's fuck. Oh, I'm all about it.
You're gonna have a new ESPN app that's gonna looking at all the junior league up and comings as they're being trained.
ESPN plus
Yeah,
to get
and-
all the Rat League action.
Oh, can't wait. Oh, fuck me. Why?
love that.
You're gonna have sponsors. You're gonna have Twitch branded jackets for the rats.
A rat in a little jacket, a little racing jacket, Curly. The tiny little patches. You get a little patch,
little Mountain Dew patch, little squirt patch.
Get the little DuPont. Get a little DuPont on the side.
Little Petco rat sponsorship. I don't know if Petco be down. Petco might be against it. Nah, they'd be down.
No, it's ethical. They like it. It relieves stress, Petco.
Yeah, and then they go back to experiments after their NASCAR race.
Ooh, coming around that left turn is fucking Mr. Sniffles in the 49 Rat Trap fucking Walmart FF1260.
Wait, you just turn it? You just turn it into wacky races? Like
That's right, Curly. You're right. Because they're smaller, it's easier to make hidden devices, springs, oil slicks, caltrops. And they're tiny. People love you know how people love the video of the tiny burrito, making the tiny burrito?
No.
Tiny caltrops. Tiny caltrops.
Put cameras on every rat's head on a helmet. You go to your favorite Twitch channel of your favorite rat and you upvote with your emotes to give him a boost.
They have that too.
I'm describing the future. We're doing this. This is happening. I'm sorry.
Yes. Oh, I love it.
Gross. I'm bouncing out of this conversation. Every one of my stories is a fucking munchcast at this point. Munch Squad fucking monsters.
Love it.
Hey, some people don't like certain toppings on certain pizzas.
Okay.
Are you guys either of those? Are you an anti-pineapple, or do you give a fuck at all? Because I as a previous pizza maker man himself, I don't give a shit what you put on your pizza. I've had people ask for some weird shit. I've had people bring me shit from their house and ask me to put them on that pizza and put it through my oven. I had someone bring some herbs. I don't know what they were, but they wanted them cooked into their pizza through the oven, and I'm like,
you have to make it into an oil. You can't just put the leaf on there. You gotta make it into an. As a kid, I remember really liking pineapple on pizza as a kid. I've just never had it as an adult. I feel like I've literally not had it as an adult.
It's a soggy ass pizza, but that's to be expected.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a watery fruit.
Yeah,
it's not even a vegetable. It's a watery fruit.
As a pizza maker, it would always annoy me to have to be like, oh fuck, these people want pineapple. I got to stick my hands in the pineapple, and then I got greasy, gross, stupid pineapple hands, and then the cheese gets stuck to my hand. It sucked. But that doesn't matter. I actually didn't care for it either way. I was like, you do whatever you want with your pizza. One of the things that we did, and I'll tell you, this isn't about the story, but one of the things that we did as employees of a place that we had pretty much abated access to is there was a time that we made dessert pizzas before Papa John's ever did this. And it would be like, hey, get your favorite candy bar, and then we integrate it into the pizza. Just cheese, no sauce, no tomato sauce, and put some like a Hershey bar in there, or like someone put some like Reese's in there. Surprisingly good for people that liked whatever candy was there. A lot of people will fucking freak the fuck out about that. So, on that idea,
there's a reason he still doesn't work at Papa John's. And that's
but I got promoted after that. Okay.
No. Fucking Dynamite D&D with the why the fuck are you not wearing food handling gloves?
No one did. You just wash your hands in the sanitizer. You just go dip. They don't wear any gloves. Are you kidding me?
I know it's the truth, and I know that honesty in journalism is a very big thing for you. But please don't tell me that.
They run over to the phones, they touch the gross phones, then they go over to the pizza's bag and they slap them right out. You can see them in the store. They're right there. Anyways, so Domino's, they're doing a thing. It's only in Taiwan right now, but it might spread. It might spread. They're rolling out. I mean, do you guys have anything that's just like a no on pizza? You're just trying to think about it. Like, I mean, what do you guys care about? Like sardines? Like, some people don't like sardines on pizza.
That would be nasty. Or like, I think hams are right.
Ham's good.
I don't like the big. I think ground sausage or ground beef, but I don't like the like slice of sausage, the big circular tube that's been sliced. I don't like that very much.
A thin sliced or like super thick sliced, kind of like.
Just any. I don't want to see a little hot dog. If I wanted a hot dog, I'd have hot dogs here. I just put a hot dog on my pizza if I wanted to do that.
I had a nope moment once. Even as a pizza guy who put candy bars on a pizza, I had a nope moments where I was at this North Park's 30th on 30th street fair, and there was a brick oven pizza place that had a pizza that they said that was the most popular, and I just said, "Give me that one. I'm here to try whatever." And they brought a pizza out, which is pretty much like a sausage pepperoni pizza, and they cooked it, and it was done. And they started to put it in the box. They put it in the box, and I was like, can't wait to eat this pizza. It's gonna be great. And then my man's behind the counter cracked a fucking raw egg and then dropped it on the center of the pizza. And I was like, you gonna try to sell that to me now? Did you just shit on my pizza?
That might be good. Did you try it though? That might be. I don't.
No,
like,
he
I don't
cracked
do
a
well-
raw egg on my fucking food.
You need a raw egg. It's fine. They don't have people don't get salmonella anymore.
I eat car pizza. Okay. I'm not afraid of getting.
Please don't tell me what that means. Please don't tell me. Also, don't tell me what car pizza is. Please don't tell me that you didn't use gloves, and please don't tell me what a car pizza is.
That being said, I'm not gonna eat a fucking runny ass egg cracked over the top of my fully cooked pizza.
I bet it's fine. Kaz, would you eat?
Have you never been to like a proper ass ramen place?
Let it cook inside the sauce. Don't. It's.
But that's soft boiled. That's not even like a. I mean, you can do.
There's one where they just straight up put an egg in your shit. Like,
Let me get to the story then. Domino's is rolling out what they're calling the
pizza?
bubble tea pizza. It's a
boba tea?
pizza with boba tea bubbles cooked right up on into it.
And boba's just tapioca, right?
It's just a sugary rice pudding tapioca ball.
And they're dark. Okay, that's
And chewy AF.
Olives are a no for me. And what's the white bit? So we're looking at the photo. There are black bits that are the boba. I don't know what these white bits are. Is that the cheese?
It's probably white boba.
It's all boba.
Different color bobas, and there's different flavor.
You ever had green boba?
Flavor bobas too.
I'm a fan of boba, like prior to keto, but I'm a big fan of boba, as I like to enjoy something that slows me down from just sucking down the delicious tea that I have. Like I get a little boba straw and you're like,
right.
Oh, and then you get to chew it for a little bit and you take a moment out of your time. It's kind of like a meditative experience. I don't want that when I'm eating a pizza slice.
No, a pizza's supposed to be very easy to eat. It's a convenient pizza. If you're gonna give me a chewy if you're gonna give me some work, I'm not about that.
Is
slimy.
It's interesting. Yeah, they're only gonna offer it for a month. It also has it's got the sugar pearls of boba, they call them, and honey and cheese.
A sweet pizza.
Hold on. That's what this golden glow is on this.
Oh yeah, it's a drizzle.
It's a honey drizzle.
Oh yeah. It sounds like a very. I like sweet stuff. That sounds way too sweet for me. That's
I'm with Curtis, bro. That's a texture I just don't want in my life. Like, I don't want that texture in my life. Like, I don't need to experience that ever.
I'd rather have the egg.
Oh, I couldn't look at that egg. I couldn't look at that egg. Maybe I was drinking too much at that point.
All right. Think about it.
You break the yolk.
Fucking.
I wish I could eat egg more. I wish, because egg
fresh out of the oven, still fucking hot. You crack an egg on it. That egg's gonna cook, baby. It's cooking, baby.
It is frankly gonna cook.
I know that it's gonna cook. I crack eggs on things all the time. That's what I do. I'm just not about to eat this goddamn pizza with a runny. If I pick up a slice and fucking just goo egg just falls off the edge of it, I'm done.
Well, but that's why you gotta have the New York the New York style pizza. The
So you
thin
can
pizza
scoop
with
up the
stuff.
egg goop.
That's right. That's right.
You just dip your pizza in some fucking egg. Al dente, baby.
Yeah, that's the sound I'm about to make. Oh Lord, I can't even eat dinner now. I'm done. Oof.
All right. Oh fuck. All right. Moving on from egg pizza.
Please get me out of here. Get me out of this house.
So, you know how sometimes you're on your way to work.
I can't tell if
And
Kaz
there's
is
a-
bothered by the story or if his nostrils are giving him shit. Like,
A little bit of both. They're doing a bit of road work, right? And so you got to take a detour. Except this particular detour in England for a 65 foot stretch of road, the detour that the city designed was 41 miles around.
so it's not California. Is it California? It sounds like California. Is it California? It smells like California. Where is? Oh, I'm trying to look at the fuck. I don't even know where this. I can't. It's UK. Okay, cool. Not California.
Yeah.
It's the California of
Now
Europe.
the UK, okay, but the UK, they're not allowed to build any more roads. They're landlocked. So I understand they kind of have. You got to work with them. That's weird.
They're not allowed to build any more roads. What does that mean? You can't just brush by that. What was going on?
Yeah, no, because they're not getting any more land, right? You ever hear the song? You can't pave paradise, right? You can't put any more roads up. No, we can't put any more roads up. No. They got it. They have the same roads that they've had since 1207.
As far as I know, as far as Bryce is telling me, it's all cobblestone.
That's right.
All over the UK. There's no way to deal with that. No way to get it up. You can't get up cobblestone. It's permanent forever.
Yeah. So why such a circuitous route? I mean, even like I've been on a long detour before, right? So sometimes you got to do what you got to do, especially if it's a highway.
Kaz, this is your story. I have no idea. It doesn't look real.
No, there's nothing in here that gives a good enough explanation as to why these motherfuckers sent people 41 miles out of their fucking way to go across town.
That's a different drive.
Oh, this is weird. Yeah, because like the map that we're looking at, is incredibly circuitous, but it only looks like it's using major roads. Like, are there literally no surface?
Yeah,
streets?
This is all this is castles, and Renaissance fairs.
I'd believe it though. Frankly, I'd believe it.
Between.
Yeah. This part of it says the detour is estimated to take an hour to complete. The closed portion of the road would take just over 2 seconds to travel at 30 miles per hour.
That's right. Well, look, hey, you know what? So 1 hour thing. People will probably just wait. They might just wait.
So there's this part where it's just like the council, the city council that or the Dorset County Council that put this together acknowledges that most residents will ignore the lengthy detour and use smaller side roads to get around the construction work.
Okay, then who put the detour together if it doesn't use? Okay, no, hold on. Who made this detour? Because we were looking at a Google map. We just looked at a Google map thing. That looked
Marcus.
too clean to be like a government data set. But if they're saying like, oh, people will just go around it, like that's what the detour. What the who did this? Is
But
this
also,
ways?
You will be fined over $1,000 if you are caught using the closed stretch of road.
No, but not the closed road. But there's surface.
I know, but it's so ridiculous.
Am I, Curly?
Drive on the sidewalk. Fuck it. Fuck them all. Okay.
No, but like close one of the other lanes on the other side. Oh, open up a dirt road. Just put a sign. They're not gonna. That's.
There's a movie I can't remember the name of where it's a great movie, but it's basically a man just at the end of his rope losing his own shit, and it's pretty shitty. It's mental health stuff, but there's a point where the dude is just having an exceedingly bad day and getting more and more just detached from reality. And there's a point where like someone tries to mug him, and he's just like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you," and like they drop their shit and run, and he ends up with a fucking bag of like guns and shit. And he's just like he's just trying to get to his. It's a long story. It's a movie, whatever.
Oh.
But he ends up with a bag with guns and shit in it, and it's like there's a rocket launcher in it, like an actual fucking RPG, like one bullet shooter thing. And he's like trying.
Bullet shooter.
His only idea of what he wants to do for that fucking day is like, because it's like his wife is leaving him. She's taking his daughter away from him. He's been fired from his job.
God,
he's just excessively getting like bad, and he basically loses his damn mind. But he's on the road, and there's a traffic jam. It's in LA, I think, and he pulls up, and there's like the whole road's closed for some reason, and there's just like a bunch of workers like in vests and shit sitting around like you do in California, and he like gets out, and he just walks up to them, and he's like, "What's wrong with the street?" And he's like, "I don't know, man. It's fucking closed. You got to go around. Get out of here." Fucking. He's like, "What's wrong with the street?" And he's like, "I don't know, man. Like, I fucking get out of here." And he's like, "No, I want you to tell me right now. I came here yesterday. The street was fine. What's wrong with the street?" He's like, and he just goes to his car and pulls out the fucking rocket launcher and it's like, poof, and he shoots, and he's like, "Now there's something wrong with the street." I think it's falling down. That sounds right. Something like that. Yeah. Oh, it's great.
Start the dude who was in Ant-Man, but not Ant-Man. Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas. That's who it is. That's who it is. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Shut
great.
the fuck up. I'm on a fucking dive right now.
It's my go-to. Whenever like I'm just feeling like I'm angry at the DMV, or I'm like there's something wrong. I'm like, "So what's wrong with the street?" I just need to know. I want you to tell me what's wrong with the street. Why are you working on it? Like, it's terrible. It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I think it is falling down. Fuck.
Yeah, it's falling down.
I found the wiki page for it. I went on a fucking...
Big Voice Jake got it before you. I said it out loud.
I know he did, and I'm mad.
DKG movie night. Let's do it. Back to Munch Squad. Portugal's McDonald's made a big oof.
They oofed.
They oofed hard.
No.
So they had a promotion for Halloween. McDonald's.
Time for, got the black bun like Burger King did how many years ago? The black bun.
Yeah.
The infamous black bun.
The black with a black cheddar cheese on it and everything. Like it was very very gross looking to me, but McDonald's has had to apologize for a Halloween marketing campaign where they were promoting their dessert in Portugal, and I'm just gonna give you
like a pumpkin pie, maybe.
I mean, what? I mean,
candy,
yeah,
like a candy thing.
I like this. You guys want to guess what was so offensive? Try to think of the most offensive McDonald's dessert you can come up with. No, this is a bad choice. This is a bad choice. I'm gonna roll back that.
A pumpkin, and the apple pies, but it's pumpkin. A hot pumpkin pocket pie. 2 for $1. Okay, we can do that.
You're close. You're close. It was a 2 for $1.
Was it a pocket pussy? What was that? How was I close?
They came out with the Halloween themed get 2 Sundays for 1. They called it Sunday Bloody Sunday.
I love it.
Which is terribly offensive because it is a very horrible time in 1972 when the military opened fire on a bunch of people. Sorry, it's horrible. Don't laugh. But yeah, no, bad choice is McDonald's. There's
okay.
there's a goddamn
on.
U2 song about this. Okay, can we not?
Well, that's probably what they thought, though. They probably didn't know that it was like. They probably don't know that U2 is like the name of a bomb either.
Here's probably what the problem is, right? And this is going to be one of those ones you can actually blame it on being a millennial, where you probably have a bunch of 20-year-olds working in their marketing department who don't know that shit because they didn't fucking. They didn't
Kaz, I'm 30 and it was 1972. I was nowhere near when that happened.
And also, like, it's one thing if it's like, oh, a bloody Sunday. Okay, that's fun. That's cute. But the sign specifically says Sunday, bloody Sunday. I mean, if you're doing it to be like the U2 song, then you would look up the U2 song because the U2 song is about the fucking actual event, or you would see the actual name of the. You'd actually. See
I'm surprised U2 didn't sue them for.
No, that's
or
you can't.
Apple doesn't Apple own U2 now?
All right. And Krug makes a good point. Portugal is not an English-speaking country, so maybe, but also Portugal is very close to England. Portugal is very close to the United Kingdom. Like it's
yeah, but how well did UK? I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to find a way to defend this, and I can't. All right, fucking throw the book at it, Your Honor. I can't defend my client.
So on Night Attack last week or a few weeks ago, we did our Apologizes For game, and we had a news story of a McDonald's who also celebrated Halloween, maybe just a little too raucously. Maybe they didn't realize what they were doing. But so like, because in America, probably all over the world, McDonald's are franchises, right? So someone controls them.
Yes.
And so for Halloween, they had put up some decorations of like spooky trees and stuff, and a creepy ghost and a jack-o'-lantern. But I think they didn't really quite look at the vinyl sticker of one of these trees that definitely just has like a man hanging on it.
Oh no!
And
Baby.
And it's a bad look. It's a bad look, right? To have a dead man.
It's
portrayed.
spooky.
It is spooky, and it's too far. So there's a line. Honestly, it's just about the cancel culture is not a real thing, but there is a line.
There's a line that my podcast can have on shit I show on the fucking stream. Now I'm gonna stop showing it.
So hey, come on, like I know everyone loves Halloween. I'm not a big Halloween person, but you gotta come correct.
Let's go back to boba pizzas.
Okay.
Let's fucking not. All right, last one for me. I if I already didn't know Curly, I would say this was a Curly kind of fucking thing. But a man in the UK unfortunately failed his driving test, but that's not the story. The story is this man drove himself to his driving test and then failed his driving test and then was arrested for driving a vehicle without a license.
That's a bad choice.
When they found out.
Wait, they picked him up? What?
No. So he drove himself. He snitched on himself, I think, is kind of the course of the things, because he failed the driving test and he was like, how the fuck did I fail this test when I drove myself here?
Well, bad choices, my man. Bad choices. Because I'm going to tell you right now, not to implicate myself from 20 years ago, I drove myself to my own fucking driving test in 2016. I didn't have parents that were available during that time period. Are you kidding me? I was just like, I got to go. I borrowed a friend's car. I went down to the DMV. I did the test. I'm good to go. They were like, where's your proctor? And I was like, they are not here. I was like, cool. And I'm panicked.
Man, I mean, that's one of those like, that's one of those weird like ID law sort of things where when like, especially in America, a driver's license is for most people, for a lot of people, I guess, the primary sorts of a photo ID.
Yeah.
And to lock that behind like, oh, well, you need a car and you need to be licensed to drive a car. And that means you have to be able to get to the DMV and you have to pay the fines. And like, Yeah, all this stuff. And then it's so like because you have to take your driving test if you let your license lapse. Basically, it's not like you just have to you ever have to do it again unless you lose your license or it lapses. And so like for that person,
Or you get old.
I'm also glad I pulled up a second article because the other part of this was the car was stolen.
okay, so that was maybe a little bit more of an important element
Yeah,
of the
there.
story,
I think
Okay.
yeah. So I mean, but at the same time,
He should have
bruh,
passed.
how you feel? Yeah, like come on, like
I almost didn't pass because there was a point where oh my god, I was like 16. It was years and years and years ago. But there was the final turn into the DMV was a left-hand turn, and there was a family walking across the intersection, and I pulled out and then waited for them, and this proctor of this test smacked my shoulder, grabbed me, and said, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Not a thing you should do to someone driving a vehicle who's new." And she was like, "You're gonna kill those people." And I was like, and she's like, "You can't pull out until they're all the way across the street." And I was like, "Noted." No, thanks. Thanks for this information.
Look, you gotta be. There's only one time you gotta be on your best behavior, and that's when someone is in the car judging you. It's the only time. It's the only time. We have an artifice of yes, it's all artifice and it's all fake and it's all hemming and hawing and robes and wigs, but you fucking do the test and do it right for fucking 10 minutes.
I didn't know. Oh, now I know, and now I've known forever because I was terrified at that moment. Like, you could have killed one of those children.
Now you won't forget. Now, no, you know what? Now it worked. Actually, it worked, Curly, because now you.
No, it did. It did. And she was like, She was like, "I'm gonna mark this off." And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh man, I gotta take this test again. It's gonna have to take 2 weeks." I was gonna tell all my friends that I got a car now. Oh, and then she's like, "You've passed, but only slightly."
Mm-hmm.
And you just remember. I remember to this day, I'm a fucking 34-year-old man, and I'm panicked. And I'm like, ooh, don't do that right-hand turn. Oh, don't do the left-hand turn. Oh, what if a family runs back to the street to get their baubles?
and they would have the right of way to do so.
Exactly.
So,
but I would run them the fuck over. No. My final story is a garbage story, but it has to be brought up because I want to delete it from my list of shit. This is who did this? I don't even know. There's just a bad choice in advertising, or in anything in product creation. Westcott, that's it. Whoever the fuck these companies are, they make scissors for children.
Mm-hmm. Children need scissors.
How can you mess that up?
Yeah.
You
gotta make your fucking macaroni fucking flim flams and your
cool. You just make.
I don't know what children. I don't know shit about children.
Tell me more about how to raise children, brother.
God damn.
Yeah, you basically. I mean, you make children scissors. You just make them fucking soft edged, right? Like you make them fucking so they don't.
Well, you have to have the round point so that they don't stab themselves. You're gonna make it plastic. As few sharp edges. Even just make the blade dull.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to.
They don't actually have to cut anything. The kids aren't going to know if their paper's still together.
Right.
Fuck them. But what this company decided to do was they made scented children's scissors. They call them sniffs. Sniffs for kids.
No.
119. Go ahead and put your face right up close to them. And give a big old whiff of the scissors.
You ever get the feeling,
is it
you
bad?
Ever see something? You ever see something? The cereals like to joke about this, right? But certainly there are cereals that were made because of this. But sometimes they just make something and it's not any good, but they've already made it, right? That's what this is. I mean,
someone coated the scissors with
$1.19. That is so cheap for scissors. This is liquidation.
They're just getting the factory. Someone had started. Someone had hit the button.
Honestly, it was Johnson who was like, "Oh, you know what we want? Sniffable scissors." And someone was like, "God damn it, Johnson. Okay, but your ass is on the line." And then No, the
Sure.
kids don't want it.
But he already designed the template. He already hit the button that said "Go" on the factory. They already printed
Right. They already had
40
samples in
million
from
of
China,
them.
so
Yeah. What
it
are we
was
gonna
just
do with all
easier
these
to-
grape flavored scissors? You know what? $1.95 at Westcott's. Let's do
Here's
it.
my giant fucking conspiracy, right? These shits are being made in
Wasn't
the
my thing a conspiracy? Just
yeah,
just-
but yours is relative and realistic. Mine is fake the moon landing fucking out there. This is they make these shit in the same factory that they make flavored shit, and somehow, some way, a conveyor belt got mixed up and dumped scissors into all the flavored shit, and they were like, "Fuck! All the scissors are flavored now." And and somebody was just like,
They had
So-
to design the blade graphics, the fucking giggling lashed fucking orange and grapes, blueberries apparently.
You already fucked it up. All your scissors fell in the fucking flavors, so you're just like,
Wait, hold on, Kaz. Your story is literally an origin story for Batman villains.
you want to know
Is
how
he
I got
wrong
these
though? Is he wrong though?
Oh.
scents are flavors and flavors are scents, Gabby. Fuck you.
I would be really surprised. I actually I see Johnson's point though. Kids love stupid shit, right? Kids love stupid. I mean, fucking, you remember like weird colored ketchup. You remember green ketchup?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, a good idea, kids didn't really like it, but a good idea because kids could like it. I think
Were
I think
kids
in a
not
world-
eating ketchup? It's
Yes.
sugar tomato.
But it's also like, oh, it's a weird color. Isn't it a weird color? Don't you like? Aren't you a stupid kid? Don't you like things when they're not like mom and dad have? Mom and dad have
This
red
is
ketchup.
more like if you.
Mom and dad have red ketchup.
This is more of like you put fucking honey on Play-Doh and was like, don't lop it up, but it's honey flavored Play-Doh.
That's how they make those Valentine's hearts.
Like Nintendo learned, they just put fucking bad apple spray on their fucking Nintendo cartridges and said, "Don't eat us. We're small and delicious looking. You won't become a Pokemon if you eat a Pokemon cartridge." Like, please.
I don't know. I could imagine like a young kid, like a kindergartner, being like, "Oh yeah, check me out. I got my scented scissors."
What if?
Oh, I remembered
What if?
something.
This is for kids who can't see very well, and it's like, oh, where are my scissors? And you're like, oh, smell the grape, Billy. And you're up, is that grape? There's my scissors.
Oh, where's my eyeball? Oh, Billy got me in the eyeball.
Yeah, I don't know that. Where is it? Where is it? Like, I don't think you would keep a lot of scissors with just kind of unsupervised around kids who can't see. But I think also the feel of it would kind of be more of an indicator than like
You know,
the
we all
smell.
smelled those markers as a kid. And you know what? A lot of us, and I'm not gonna fucking lie, a lot of us got marker on our faces because some fucking turd burglar was fucking with no dexterous skills was like, "Oh, here, smell this fucking black marker. This is like licorice." And you're like, "Oh, please." And then he gets you and you're like, "God damn it, you fucking drew a thing on my eye." And you get mad. Imagine that was scissors. That's what that is. That's what this is. And on that note, I remembered something horrible about my childhood.
Oh, no.
Ooh, do you stab somebody in the eye?
No.
You hit the orbit?
So the Ninja Turtles were a thing. They got their
Right.
powers from the ooze, which was a green, oozy colored garbage oil on the ground, as far as I knew as a kid.
No.
I remember being young and with my
No.
stepbrother and a bunch of other fucking random like neighbor kids.
No,
And we
no.
found I'll fast forward what I now know as an adult to be a puddle of water that had some leaked antifreeze from some garbage car. And I think we all licked it.
No. That's how dogs die.
I'm pretty sure
You
we
know
all
dogs die
licked
that
it
way?
because we wanted to be a Ninja Turtle.
No.
No, I'm sure we did.
No. No. Oh.
I don't know
you
how I'm
know-
here today.
Well, it's because because your blood's not going to freeze over is the thing.
Turns out.
No wonder Curly's always so fucking red. Jeez, we fucking figured it out, chat.
Michelangelo, guys. Let's go.
Oh.
That's why Curly's always so.
This is
fucking
why I
red.
got yellow belt in karate. I mean, like, because the Ninja Turtles.
Now, how were you really in the moment thinking Ninja Turtles? Ooh, let me like that.
I used to follow around what I thought was Ghost Rider as a young child. You don't know what Ghost Rider because you're a baby boy.
I know what Ghost Rider. I know Ghost Rider.
I know what Ghost Rider is too. We both know
I'm
what
trying to
Ghost
remember
Rider.
what type of car Ghost Rider was that you would.
No, not Ghost Rider. Ghost
Jeez,
Writer with the
Yeah.
the script.
PBS. Okay, hold on. Pull it up, Curly. Fucking
No,
YouTube.
okay,
doc-
Ghost Rider was like an old prison man who died and then became a
Oh,
ghost.
Ghost Rider, the Apple TV original series coming
No,
soon.
no,
Is that-
Ghost
no.
Writer.
Oh wow, yeah, this looks like a recreation of.
Oh,
a
it's
children's
the
cartoon,
it's
doesn't
the
it?
90s.
Play
It's
a bit
the
of that.
90s hard. It's these kids.
A little bit of that. I put it in chat. Play. Hit that YouTube.
Yep, it's in 2 frames per second. It's a ghost that you follow around and solve crimes with.
He's not an alien.
What is he?
He's a prisoner
I think
from
he might be a
jail
ghost.
who died.
Serious. He wants to be friends with us.
He gives them clues by rearranging letters.
He can't hear and he can't talk. He can need anything.
He takes
That's enough. That
Okay.
that was what I believed in as a kid. So yeah, I drank antifreeze. Fuck you.
This motherfucker
Yeah, I
drank
feel
it
like it didn't get quite.
and followed a bubble that was probably just his eye boogies around, trying to solve fucking crimes.
Ghost Rider.
Not a smart kid. Not a smart kid.
I would have respected it more if you said, "No, I was following Ghost Rider, and he left this
Nicolas
puddle behind,
Cage?
and I thought, then I'll get a talking car."
Wait, what?
No, that's Knight Rider. Fuck.
Knight Rider, what did you just do?
Oh, no.
I was trying to figure out actors that would work together. This is oh my god. Did you just have another fucking Weezer
No.
moment? Did you? Jesus Christ. Oh, was that what's his face from fucking Baywatch? Wasn't he in that?
Yeah.
Hasselhoff.
David Hasselhoff.
Oh Lord, yeah, Ghost Rider was great. Cool. Let's not harp on Bryce to make another fucking moment. I'm gonna move on to the game section of the show.
Have a good night, chat. Nice having you around. Catch you later.
Games.
It's game time
Hell yeah.
with Curly.
That's what I'm talking about.
Only on dkgWELP.
All right, so when we're not eating antifreeze, we're over here making podcasts of video games. Can't believe I told you guys that story. That's horrible. This is gonna be a quick one. This is why we went heavy on the news section. But I have a your favorite game of all time, Summer School, with the young stolen Summer from a local news station that I constantly follow. That has a child who's about 4 years old at this point, who has a chronic case of mush mouth, where she can barely speak words. So they have her say a certain word based on a theme, and you
Now,
guess. Try to guess.
I know I have not been on the show in a while, but I think this is the game we played last time. And my immediate thought when you just explained this game to me, I thought, that's not a game. That's not a game. That's just bullshit that someone wrote down. And I think that was what I said last time too. That this is not a game. And that this little girl's a moron. I do remember calling a little girl an idiot, so I'm pretty sure.
You're gonna lean in on this, huh?
I'm trying to double down on this. I need to distract myself from mixing up Ghost Rider and Knight Rider. God damn it. This little girl is stupid.
She-
you mixed up
Stupid little
Ghost Rider,
girl.
Ghost Rider, and Knight Rider.
and goes Writer, W-R-I-T-E-R.
Triangle, baby.
This sweet summer child named Summer is trying her best. And the thing is, they could get help. They could probably get a speech therapist, but they ruined the bit. So you know what? Just much like how we would. I'm literally like, when I honestly, I'm not even joking. I've already contacted a friend of mine who has a currently 1.5-year-old child, and I'm like, as soon as that kid starts talking, and as soon as this fucking bit dies because this kid gets too old, I'm gonna need to borrow your baby for a while so I can get some new episodes of this shit going on, and I'll just bring a recorder over, and we're just gonna have a good time. It's gonna be fine. But yeah, so what they decided to do, since this is actually recorded prior to Halloween, and we're one episode off of Halloween. This is all devil children that have existed in movies and whatever. So
Oh, I'm not gonna be any good at this. I don't know horror movies. I'm not good with any of this stuff.
I think you're gonna be okay, except for the ones that are just garbage that you can't hear.
Because it's a stupid little kid with a mumbled mouth and a 60 IQ.
Somehow Chat gets it every time. The kid, you can't measure a kid's IQ.
Yeah, you can. It's relative based on 4. the age, so. Yeah.
Oh, Lord. All right, your first one. So, again, devil children. These are just devil children. This is a very easy first one. Let me know if you can't hear it or if you can. Boom.
Chucky.
Name is your buzzer.
Oh, Bryce.
Bryce.
That's Chucky. That's Chucky. Good. Smart little girl said. Huh.
Chucky.
Yep.
Chucky.
Your next one is
Damien.
Kaz. Damien. Ooh, that was the one I was holding on to. That was the one I was holding on to, boys. That's all I got. Thank you for coming out. Have a good night. Catch you later.
Easy. I'm gonna give you all the easy ones early, and then we're just gonna get the grossness soon.
Children of the Corn.
Oh, Bryce.
Oh.
Children of the Corn.
Damn, you guys have no problems with these easy ones.
You said children. You said demonic children. Like, okay, never mind. Whatever. Fuck it. Keep going.
All right, next clue.
Exorcist.
Kaz. Exorcist.
Bryce is drinking.
That's
Once
not a
again.
kid.
It is a kid.
That's the
That's
name of
the
the
title
movie.
of a fucking movie.
That's the name of the movie.
Nope, Bryce. Let's not. Hey,
Do you really want to go into it?
Kid is, she's too stupid to know that's the name of the movie and not the name of the demon and the kid.
I don't think. Hold on.
I blame
Bryce.
Curly.
Bryce, do you believe that the kid that is speaking is the one who made this game?
She did write the game and then
She
edited
did.
it also. That's right.
As her garbage mother. Speaking of, here's one that's
Well,
actually.
I don't know, mother, I'm not gonna. I really don't want to speak bad of someone I don't know. I really don't want to talk about kids.
Except the
It's fine.
child.
I really don't.
This one's wrong, but let me tell you. Let's see if you hear what it says.
Sid Focus.
Oh, it also might be NSFW.
One more time.
Sid Focus.
Oof.
Seth Farisi, the winner of the 2006 Mr. Olympia.
Sid Focus.
Sephiroth, the bad guy from Final Fantasy VII.
The evil child.
I don't know. It sounds like said fuck it.
Sid Focus.
This kid's got a great voice.
Seth MacFarlane.
Seth Rockus, Rocat. Seth Rogen?
Sam
Joe
Rockwell.
Rogan.
So
Joe Rogan podcast.
This might be too much. Does anyone hear what they think they hear in regards to this on chat? Otherwise, I'll just tell these clowns.
One more time.
Sid Focus.
Sif. Focus. What are you saying, you stupid kid? Sif Focus. No, I don't know.
Sid Focus.
Anakin Skywalker.
What is being said here is Sid Farkas.
Who the fuck is Sid Farkas?
So
From the Christmas Story?
okay, here's the thing. That's what the intent was for, Kaz. So you got that right there. But what is the actual name of the kid? Which is wrong here. It's not Sid. It is Farkas. It is from the Christmas Story. Dynamite D&D, you're also wrong.
Farkas. Fuck, I know that movie. Hold on. Shut the fuck up, chat.
Bad Weave has it. It's Scut Farkas. The kid's name is Scut.
No, I think it is.
It's actually Scut. No, I'm honest to seriousness. It's Scut Farkas, and he had yellow eyes, and he was garbage. They got it wrong. It was a whole big thing on the fucking show. But I wanted to see if you guys would see that one as well. Reason being is the next one.
Sid from Toy Story.
Bryce.
Oh, Kaz.
I heard Bryce.
Sid from Toy Story.
Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Next song.
Bodyguard Wolf.
Oh, one more time.
Bodyguard Wolf.
Kaz. Reaching out on a limb here, brother. Boy Who Cried Wolf.
Damn.
What?
You want to hear it again, Bryce?
That's what I heard. That's what I thought it was. And I thought, no, that's not a creepy child. That's not a bad.
Is
not
it not?
Evil kid.
Is it not?
Like it's the bad guy in that story. It's not a demon.
It's a
the
demon
bad guy
child.
in that
It's
story.
a demon
not
child.
a demon.
It's a demon child.
Ooh.
Speaking of
The Bad Seed.
Bryce, the bad seed.
Yeah, it's a 1956 movie about a fucking garbage girl.
Bad file? Did you not check how many people were seeding? What the fuck is happening? Are we talking about downloads?
Come on, little girl.
You want one that you're not gonna get?
Yes.
We can just play them, you fucking piece of garbage.
It's not playing. The website's broken.
Oh.
Help!
And the little girl can't even make a website. She doesn't know how easy it is to use any number of commercially
I've never had
available
this happen.
services.
It's never happened. The website is broken.
Like
She heard me. She took down the site.
Should have used squarespace.com. You can
I
go to
have this on my desktop. I uploaded them to a website to make a soundboard. 1 second. Where is it?
If
And another thing about this tiny little girl who is an idiot.
Twins. Destroying Twins.
You're not gonna get this one.
Wait, okay, hold on.
One
Wait,
more time.
Destroying Twins.
What'd you
The
hear?
cat.
What'd you hear? Work it out, Kaz.
The Striant twins.
Yeah, my favorite horror film of all time with the Striant twins.
It's the fucking twins from fucking
Bryce, Kesh, shut up.
The Shining Twins.
Oh my God, gets it.
Destroying Twins.
That's because they have a fucking name, bro. Oh my lord.
Oh, all right. Next song. You're not gonna get this.
Jesus of Nazareth? What did she fucking
It might as well be backwards. I can't fucking parse this.
No.
Say hi to Jesus. That's so
That's how you sound. Little
It's an
girl.
extremely iconic horror, or not horror, but shitty kid. Had a comic.
Bryce?
Question mark?
Dennis the Menace?
That is. I keep thinking as older as this girl gets, she's gonna get better, and it's been a year now. And
It's been a year since I've been on this show, and she still hasn't figured out the mumble mouth thing. Little girl, you're going to be a part of society. You're going to be around other people. Some people will tell you it doesn't matter what other people think of you. No, it does matter, and it especially matters if they can't fucking understand you. Oh, I'm getting really mad, and I'm winning the game too.
You've
the thing
won.
about it
You've
is that
won the
also-
game at this point because your final one is this last demon child.
Bugs and cornfield.
Excuse me, what?
Bugs and cornfield.
Bubsy Corn Shield. Is it Bubsy 3D's Corn Shield?
Close.
Bugs and cornfield.
It's not close.
Bugs?
I heard cornfield, dude. But we already said children of the corn.
Cornfield's wrong. Wet Bandits.
I don't know that. I don't know a wet bandit. All of my bandits are very dry.
Bugs and cornfield.
See, Leon heard cornfield too, brother.
Bugsy Cornfield.
Fucking. I don't know, dude. Sid the Kid.
Pass.
Fucking. Jimmy fucking Eat World.
You've already
fucking-
won. You can just walk away, Bryce. You've already won at this point. That is Bugs McAllister from Home Alone. The older brother. Buzz. Oof,
He's
Buzz.
he's only in the beginning of the
Bugs
movie.
and cornfield.
Fuck this game.
I'm gonna- you know what? I ain't even mad at the kid. I want to talk to the writer because I want to punch them in their fucking teeth.
It's
These
the
are
mother
not
of the
demonic-
kid. It's the mother of the kid.
These are not demonic fucking children. I swear to God, I'm gonna throw a fucking
No.
football at you.
It'll be better when we actually have access to a child that I can make my own games from. So let's go for there. I'm gonna
Yours would be
absolutely
even
steal this.
worse. Fucking.
Whatever. I have to pee really bad, so can we end the show right now, please? Oh my god, I'm so done.
Yeah, fuck you, dude. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of dkgWELP, the Drunk Kids Gaming Podcast. Thank you, Bryce, for joining us on this episode. Where would you love the people to type www.
Well, I'd probably say a third W is what you kind of need, or just you actually don't need the W's anymore. So I do a lot of podcasts. The big one I'm promoting right now is Night Attack, nightattack.tv or twitch.tv/nightattack here on Twitch. We do the podcast on Tuesday nights. It's a lot of fun. We've been doing a lot of games. We're trying to get lots of guests and new faces on. So if you maybe were listening before or you were listening back to NSFW show, we've really been working on all cylinders the past year or so, honestly. And also on Friday nights on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/nightattack, I've been doing series of games. So we just wrapped up doing the Somnium Files, which is the Dream Cop game from the guy who made the Zero Escape series of video games. And on Friday, this coming Friday, at Night Attack, we're going to be playing Death Stranding, the new Hideo Kojima game. And
It's exciting.
I'm excited. I'm excited for it.
Turn into a newborn fucking baby.
I am the baby inside of the fucking container that Bryce has on his journey through that game. Let's do it.
I'm so excited. Curly, you want to call in? You want to?
No, I would do it.
Let me know. We'll text each other.
Okay.
But, twitch.tv/nightattack is where it all happens, or nightattack.tv to find the podcast after the fact. Great stuff. Really, really pleased. We've been on also. We just had the guys from the Hard Times. We just had all sorts of really great. We just had Jack Allison from Jack AM on. Please check it out. Night Attack.
Nightattack.tv. Make sure you check that out. If you like this show and you want to help support it, patreon.com/dkgWELP. We have a Patreon now. You can go give us $1, 50 cents, whatever's in your pocket. Literally, just fucking reach in your pockets right now. This is a soft robbery. Fucking reach in your pockets and give me your goddamn change. It makes each and every Sunday just that much better if you help us fucking get there. We will have goals and other things on there pretty soon. I just gotta make them sound like they're good. Other than that, we love you. Thank you for joining us. dkgtv.com for all the links. Follow Curly at Curly. Follow Bryce at Brycus or fucking wherever he tells you to follow him. And then don't follow me because I'm just yelling about fantasy football right now.
It's bad. Fantasy football's gotten bad.
It's fucking bad.
I hate it. Edelman scored 0 points because he's a garbage human being with a big old Q on his face.
Fucking struggling because motherfuckers can't do their job. You get paid millions of dollars to fucking find a ball.
I'm gonna turn down Cass. Stick around afterwards. I'm gonna go run and pee real quick, but have a great night, and we'll be here after the show after I stop the recording to pick a title and all that stuff. See you guys later.